packed and exciting Vinnie Lopez show. We're here at Augustino's restaurant in the Garden Spot of Southern California, Garden Grove. This is Pacifica Mariners football. We're fresh off a victory against Tustin. Let's hear it, everybody. Now, let me just say, let's blow the roof off this joint right now. We're talking about Pacifica Mariners football. Let's hear it. And the nice people are dining right now. We beg your indulgence because we're all very excited. What a tremendous win. I would think head coach Vinnie Lopez would concur. That's the most exciting, meaningful win of 2019 over Tustin. 21-14 win. We got the coach right here and a couple of great guests and important stars and performers of that game, and we'll get to them in just a moment. But Coach Lopez, am I right with that, again, statement? That was probably, or most definitely, the best game for your team in 2019.
Yeah, I think it was probably our most important game for the season so far. It kept us in the running so far for the Empire League. It gave our kids a lot of confidence, and you could tell the way they were practicing this week. They feel really good about themselves, which is good because they're starting to believe in themselves and believe in their abilities, which is good, especially when you have a young group like we have. And now they're buying into the things that we've been coaching them, and they see the fruits of their labor paying off. And so they're really excited, and I'm happy for them, and I'm proud of the way they played on Friday night.
Okay, I'm Ronnie Wald, proud to be part of Vinnie Lopez's road show here for this is our 7th year together. Say hello to all our fans on Instagram. And then over here, even though we're not looking directly at the camera, we want to say hi to everyone on my own personal Facebook page. Glad you're with us again. So, Coach, now you're 3-0, a 3-game winning streak. And could you give a few of the details? It was quite dramatic how you got that victory Friday, and you got it late in the game.
Yeah, we played really well defensively. I think that was the key that we had talked about all week. I think our defense was on the bend but don't break. We talked to them a lot pregame about being able to weather the storm early and to just keep fighting. That they were going to have big, strong, physical kids, which they did. But we felt like our heart and our desire and our will was stronger than theirs, and we knew that if we played a full 48 minutes, we were going to outlast them in the end, and that's exactly what happened. They kind of bottled up our running back game a little bit with Isaiah in the first half, and then the second half he had a big-time run to finish him off. And early on, Darius was using his arm to move the ball, and our receivers were playing really well, and so we had an okay offensive game. We did enough to win, and we'll take it. But defensively was lights out for us. We had 2 big interceptions. The first big interception was by Nathan Ma.
Yeah, let's hear it for Nathan. He's one of our guests this week, and of course the other great interception.
Yeah, and so Nathan had the first interception, really set us up for our first offensive score. To tie the game at 7. That's how the game went into halftime. Third quarter, they scored 1 on us, and they played really big and physical football. They held the ball for a long time. I think they probably held it for about 8 minutes in the third quarter when they finally scored to go up 14-7. We didn't move the ball. We had a punt, and they were driving again. And that's when CJ had a big-time play, and he returned it. He got an interception, returned it 67 yards for a touchdown to tie the game.
Incredible. Let's hear it for CJ, who's right here. So, isn't it so true, Coach Vinnie Lopez, that it takes individual great moments coming through in a big way to make the difference? And these 2 young men, including your running back Blevins, made all the difference in the world to beat the Tillers of Tustin last week.
It is, and we'd say it all the time, and I know it's cliche, but big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. So that's what our kids did. They stepped up. We had some big-time players come through, and it's great for us because they're young. Both of them are juniors, and they'll be back. And so for them to get to experience this, they're going to have a lot of experience moving forward, and now it's time to move on. We really enjoyed it. It was a great win, but it's time to move on and start thinking about Valencia. We've got a big game tomorrow night against them.
All right. Tomorrow night, you go right into a Thursday. In fact, in the next 2 weeks, you've got Thursday games consecutively. And again, for you fans there, just coming in on the networks, Instagram and Facebook. This is a Vinnie Lopez show here in Garden Grove, California. Coach, while you have this chance, why don't you introduce these two handsome guys that you just mentioned a moment ago and their great heroics.
Yeah, so, when we talk about our players of the game, we had a real difficult time trying to decide who was going to be our defensive player of the game because we felt like both CJ and Nathan had great performances on Friday night. And so this week we have two defensive players of the game or co-defensive players of the game. And so the first guy sitting next to you has been on the show before. You recognize that face. That's CJ Washington.
Let's hear it for CJ. Give me some skin. All right.
And then the other guy on the end is Nathan Ma, also a safety, and had a big-time game for us on Friday night. So,
all right, Nathan, put it there. Okay, I'm going to switch focus now on the players. They're the ones that lay it on the line. Coaches are great, but they don't get battered and bruised. Start with CJ. Some of the details, I know you told the Orange County Register already, but a 67-yard interception that ended up as a touchdown. Tell us a little bit about how that went about.
Well, what I really did was I was just watching number 7 because the coach just kept telling me to watch the slot receiver. And when I seen number 7 look at the quarterback and they made eye contact, the first thought in my mind was throwing it to him. So I just watched number 7 the whole way. Right when the quarterback threw it, I broke down on the ball, caught it, and I seen the open lane and took it.
All right. Now, I'm going to ask you to switch gears right now. One thing about football, you don't have time to rest on your laurels. You got to play tomorrow night. Valencia, tough team. What will it take to get a victory tomorrow?
It would have to take all of us to believe in ourselves like we did against Tustin, and we're going to have to fight hard and play downhill, stop their run game. And when we stop their run game, they won't really pass because all of our DBs are really good, and that's how we'll win.
All right, Nathan, tell me, you had a very pivotal interception that set things up. Tell us about the read on that, what the quarterback and what you thought was going to happen and transpire and how it all turned out.
Well, Tustin's a run-heavy team, so when I see the quarterback drop back, I just knew that I had to take my opportunity and pick the ball off and make plays.
And Nathan, I want to ask you the same question I asked CJ just a moment ago. You got to switch gears and now turn your attention on Valencia. How does a football team, how does a football player stop thinking about the past and turn it over and start focusing on the team at hand, the one you'll play tomorrow?
Well, the game plan was to stop Valencia on defense and let the offense just do their thing. Like give Isaiah the ball, give Jamal the ball, let Darius do his thing on offense so we can score and stop him on defense.
Coach Vinnie Lopez, you've had a great run at Empire League, and you won a title here. And for Pacifica Mariners, you've won over 50 games. Tremendous run, the half-century mark. But if I may have to put a little bit of dark cloud, it's been tough against Valencia over the years. So how do you face them tomorrow night? What's your game plan?
That is, I think we beat them the year we won the Empire League 2 years ago. And they're a good physical football team, and they're very, very well coached. And so, that's the fun part about it is, playing chess against somebody else, and you're just using live players. And so every year it's about matchups, and so we feel like we match up really well with pretty much everybody in the Empire League this year. We played a tough non-league schedule. That's why I like to play a tough non-league schedule so that by the time we get into league, we really feel good and comfortable with the things that we do. And so right now the guys are buying in, and they know they've got a tough task in front of them, just like they had a tough task in front of them last week. And I don't know that a whole lot of people thought we were going to beat Tustin outside of our locker room. And, probably another week that probably rings true. And so our guys are big time believing in themselves. And if they go out there and play well and execute and don't turn the ball over and don't beat yourself, that's what it's really about when you play teams like Valencia. Regardless of their record, it's about don't beat yourself.
And I know Vinnie Lopez very well, and I'm sure you would concur in this right now that, the 3-0 mark, you're in the playoffs. I'm sure you feel pretty confident about that, but you want more. You want another Empire League title, right?
Absolutely. I think that's exactly what, one of our goals every year is to win the Empire, and so we want to take it back. That's kind of the saying is take back the Empire.
Hey, CJ, how do you feel about a Thursday start and consecutive tomorrow? Does that mess up your rhythms, or it doesn't matter? You're ready to go tomorrow?
I really don't care as long as I can help the team win, and I'm ready for any game that comes by my way.
Nathan, do you feel like the big D, the defense, has made the difference this year on the Pacifica team? And I'd like for you also to mention your incredible running back, Isaiah Blevins, who got that 52-yard run to really seal the deal. And I don't know if he's with us tonight, but at least we want to do a shout-out to him, right?
Yeah, at first in the season, our defense was struggling, but once league started, we got our things together, and we've been stopping teams to minimal points. But when Isaiah scored on that touchdown, it really gave us momentum and gave us the lead, and he just put the hands in the defense to stop Tustin.
And CJ, you agree with that?
Yes, I do. Very much. Very much.
Short and sweet. All right. And Coach Vinnie Lopez, you've got a freshman quarterback. You mentioned Darius Cowens, but he has been a guy that's been very important for you this year.
He has, and like I said it last week, he's really matured and really growing up, and he's not playing like a freshman anymore. We had a couple bad snaps last game, and probably early on in the season he might have just fallen on the ball or done whatever he could to try and scramble. But the two big time plays he made out of it, he found open receivers and threw the ball to him, and so he's really matured a lot, and we're very happy to have Darius, and we're very happy to know that we've got him for 3 more years after this year, which is fantastic.
Yeah, as long as we've got the Vinnie Lopez show going, we're going to see a lot of the Cowens family. Hey, right now, thanks to the 3-0 mark, you're tied with Cyprus atop the heap, again atop the pack in the Empire. And I know you're not looking beyond Valencia, but it has to be somewhere in the back of your mind. What a way to finish the regular season 2019. You'll have to go up against Cyprus a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't, we're not, like you said, we're not looking past Valencia. We never look past them. They're a good football team, and so we're very concerned about Cyprus, but Cyprus is one of those teams that, we circle that date on the calendar every year. For us, it's a big-time football game, and so, we've always looked forward to that game, and our guys have always looked forward to that game. So we'll take care of business tomorrow night, and then we can worry about Cyprus down the road.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you, guys. First, Nathan, thank you so much. And CJ, exciting players in this 2019 season and role players that make the difference, right, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely. They've really played well, and we're very happy and very proud of them, like I said before.
Okay, time and place for tomorrow's game. Of course, we know it's at Valencia, but people out there watching, tell them where it's at, and, of course, we suspect it's 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock at Bradford Stadium at Valencia in Placentia.
In Placentia, beautiful. Okay, thanks again to you guys. Thank you, parents, for filling up Augustino's. Thank you, Augustino's Restaurant. They're wonderful on Valley View. Top-notch food, great service, and they've been here for us. So can we hear a cheer for the staff and for the management and the ownership of Augustino's? Thank you for accommodating us. Coach Vinnie Lopez, as always, wish you all the best for tomorrow. Now I'm going to lift up the great and proud Mariners helmet. So I need to hear from all of you. And, of course, we're not in a residential area, so we're not going to get any calls from the local Garden Grove Police Department. So let's really hear it. And, again, look forward to tomorrow's game against Valencia and the chance to go 4-0 in the Empire League. Wow, that's incredible. So until then and next week, here at Augustino's, I'm Ronnie Wald. Let's hear it now. Go Mariners!